Welcome guys, vlog number 39 on this Sunday afternoon, July 8th, 2012. Hope all is well out there in YouTube land. It's been a while since I've done one of these kind of sit down in front of the camera vlogs. Not really any kind of agenda, so to speak. I'm just going to kind of let this free flow, if I can talk right. A little bit of a life update and a little bit of maybe some politics. We'll see. And hopefully someone vacuuming will not interrupt this this vlog. We'll see. But anyways, let me take a sip first. Lemon Perrier, and in the freezer, and it was frozen. I'm going to put it back in the freezer here in a minute. It's been warm lately. Southern California, it's been probably in the upper 70s here in Long Beach. It's a little breezy. I think I got a little bit of the Santa Ana winds kind of blowing through because got back a little while ago from playing disc golf. It's beautiful this morning. Warm in the sun, but once you hit those shaded, tree areas, it's really cool. But we stood around, buddies and I, talking for a good half an hour, 45 minutes in the shade, and we noticed the temperature started rising, so we took off. But yeah, it's been warm here in Southern California. Obviously, not nearly as hot as it's been in other parts of the country. Sweltering, triple-digit heat in many places. So hopefully, where I'm talking to you, hopefully you're not baking your ass off. I know, we just got back from Alaska, and it was when we got up to Alaska, the forecast for the week we were up there was supposed to be rainy all that week, and it ended up being some of the warmest temperatures above normal temperatures. The day we went horseback riding, Natalie and I, probably was like in the mid to upper 70s, which is pretty hot for Palmer, Alaska, at that time. But as soon as we left, it started getting rainier and more rain and overcast and so on and so forth. So I think we took the California weather with us back to Southern California. So yeah, a couple weeks ago we were up in Alaska. I have a new video, a little slideshow video I put together of some of the things we did, some of the pictures, including going to the reindeer farm, going horseback riding, some of the photos kind of coming in into Anchorage, and some of the pictures from the disc golf course, the Peters Creek disc golf course we played, which is in between Anchorage and Palmer. So I threw some of those in as well. And then this upcoming weekend, we are driving up to Northern California, to the Bay Area, to visit my father and my grandmother. And my grandmother will be 100 years young on Wednesday. And we're going to drive up Thursday night after work and get up to the Bay Area about midnight, 1 o'clock or so, and hang out till Monday. We'll drive back down here Monday and go back to work on Tuesday. So the plan is my dad's kind of set up an open house over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday for basically people to come by and visit and say hi to Grandma, and no gifts or anything like that. She apparently said no gifts, but just to come by and say hi and wish her well, and wish her a happy 100th birthday. Being 100 years old, thinking about it, I was talking to my buddy Tony today, playing disc golf, about it. It's like, wow, imagine living 100 years. I mean, I've lived 30 plus years, 31 years, and I've seen society change. I've seen, kind of the analog days move in through the digital age. So I've kind of seen that whole aspect of just that short period of time, seeing society change. And I just wonder, 100 years, my God, what must it be like to look at society, look at the world, through 100 years of progression or digression, depending on how you want to look at society these days. Just how much things have changed. I mean, I kind of want to go through and look, from 1912 to 2012, all the things that were invented. I mean, God, TV, radio, obviously cars. I mean, it's just amazing. The internet is totally a foreign thing. My dad's told me about her watching things on the computer, and it was funny. I was talking to her on the phone one day at work. So I had the work phone and I was talking to her, and she's like, I haven't seen you in such a long time. I'm like, I can right now, Grandma, I can take a picture of myself with my cell phone, okay? I will take a picture of myself and I will email it. I will take a picture of me talking to you on the phone and I'll email that to Dad, and Dad could pull that up in a matter of a minute or so. And I took a picture, and she's like, and he printed it out and gave it to her, and she was like, oh my God, she was all tripped out. Oh man, it cracks me up. So, it'll be fun. This is a super momentous weekend, and I had if I had more money, I kind of had this idea of maybe getting like a helicopter tour ride, but God, that would have cost a lot of money. I mean, something for your 100th birthday has to be momentous. Willard Scott, does his Today Show 100-year-old, segment, or momentous, anniversaries. I was gonna do that, but it has to be in 6 weeks, and I only looked it up like about a week or so ago, so that didn't happen. Had to be 6 weeks ahead. So, our trip, we go up on Thursday night. Friday, I'm gonna try to get some disc golfing in. It's not really a priority, but I'm gonna try to head over to Golden Gate Park and play a round or two over there. I'm gonna see either if I can get Dad to come with me, or see if my buddy Chris wants to go and try to play or come along. And then Saturday we're going to see the Reverend Horton Heat at night. Saturday night at the Uptown in Oakland. Then Sunday morning we're heading over to the station, to KFJC, where my dad is a radio DJ. He's going to give us a tour of the station. It's been years since I've been to KFJC. Matter of fact, that right there is their logo. It's the Record Devil. I have so many memories of going up to the radio station as a kid, and watching my dad DJ and going through all kinds of vinyl, and I kind of learned my appreciation of the vinyl I have, really through my dad. I mean, my dad always collected vinyl. So we're going to go up there on Sunday, and he's going to take Natalie, because Natalie's never been up there. And then on Sunday night, we're going out to dinner, or afternoon we're going out to like an early dinner with Liz and possibly her fiance Chris. And Monday at some point we're driving back home. So that's kind of what we have looking forward to this upcoming week. I don't have very much time left. I think I have like 4 or 5 minutes left, maybe 6 minutes left, I don't know, but I was going to talk about, I guess the only thing off the top of my head that I can talk about, I mean, I could spend the rest of the time talking about the healthcare situation, which, if you know anything about me, you know that I obviously don't agree with the idea that mandating health insurance for people to pay it federally, and then obviously levying a fine if you don't pay it or you don't have health insurance, or going to the government and having the government subsidize money if you can't afford it. I obviously don't think that's right. It's a form of slavery, but I wanted to talk a little bit about and just give my views on California's recent attempt to appropriate $8 billion of taxpayer money to go to a high rail speed train system from Bakerfield to somewhere else. I forget exactly where it goes, but $8 billion. Mind you, we were finding us struggling, finding a hard times to keep state parks open for people to enjoy, and funding for that, also funding for schools and so on and so forth. But we're going to spend $8 billion for a high-speed rail system. And I mean, I don't really want to go on Amtrak because I don't trust the safety record of Amtrak, which is partly a federally subsidized rail system. I don't necessarily trust that. So why the hell would I trust a bullet train? The only place I'll trust a bullet train is in Japan, where I know that they have the technology and they have the work ethic to upkeep such a high value, high dollar system, which has almost a spotless track record. In California, I mean, God, it takes USPS takes 2 weeks to get a letter from Southern California to Northern California. I'm really going to trust them to put me on a train to get me to point A to point B while driving over 100 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, whatever it is. No. And we don't have the money for it, obviously. So, but that's all. Politics is politics. Great video on Adam versus the man of Adam Kokesh, talking to an Obama supporter about why she supports Obama. And when he gives her facts about Iraq war and the Afghanistan war, she runs away and claims that he was harassing her and he's obnoxious and he's criticizing her, when all he's doing is questioning her blind faith and lack of knowledge about the subject, which just proves once again that most Obama supporters will support him blindly, much like the Bush supporters. Under 30% of them, when Bush was leaving office, supported Bush in 2008, leaving office. So 27%, 26%, it might have been even lower, still believed that Bush was doing a great job, despite a fucking mountain of evidence supporting otherwise. So, but it is what it is. Adios, guys. Have a good rest of the week, and we'll be talking to you later, maybe from Northern California. Take care. Adios. Bye-bye.